Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Today is September 13th. We're here in ESL Conversation, Intermediate Advanced. I'm Steve Gwynn, your host, your instructor, and I'm going to take us to week 2 here. And actually, I'm going to go into student view just to make sure we all see the same thing. And let's take a look at some of our objectives for the week. So can I get a volunteer to read this paragraph?
Can I read?
Okay, Abdul?
Yeah. Are you familiar with the expression sleep on it? We say this sometimes when we have to make an important decision or perhaps have a think more about a particular problem. Usually the next day you will have a better outlook or a solution to the problem. This works for learning too. And this week we'll discuss some techniques and strategies for language learning. But we need your input on the subject matter as you are expert. So be prepared to participate and push your English past the limit.
Okay, so let me ask you guys, let me ask somebody, a couple people. Inyo, do you have the expression sleep on it in your language, your native language?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the expression sleep on it?
Sorry, I don't know.
Okay, no, that's all right. I'm checking just to see if you guys are familiar either from English or if you have that same expression in your native language, sleep on it. And
We have.
It's just like reservation.
Different than reservation.
Sleep on it in my language means think about that. For example, if you want to get married, you have to think, sleep on, not to project, but some project.
Right. So if you're in Las Vegas one night and you decide to get married, you know, and you call your mother or father and they say, hey, would you please just sleep on it? And we'll talk in the morning. Okay.
You don't decide quickly.
Yeah, don't decide quickly. Okay. So so that's what it is. It's an important decision, or perhaps you have to think about it. One of the reasons I mentioned it is because when we're learning new things, whether it could be a skill like a musical instrument and you've been practicing certain fingerings or notes or whatever to play a piece, you practice and then you sleep on it. And while you're sleeping, the brain actually keeps going, working on that. And it's the same with English too, I think. A lot of times we benefit when we study and then we sleep on it and then maybe test on it the next day. So it's just something to keep in mind. That's a nice expression. Today we're going to be talking about advice, and particularly about advice in general, how to ask for advice, give advice, and say thank you for advice. But we're going to relate it to language learning and kind of get your input from that. Okay, so I'm going to click on next and see if we can take us. So to kind of get going here, to get focused, last week we talked about a couple of expressions, pick up, get by, and rusty. So pick up, we said, was to learn something, not so much formally, like by going to school, but to learn something just by doing it or being around people who are doing it. And then get by, we said, was an expression we use when you have enough knowledge. You're not expert, but you have enough to kind of do as much as you need to. So for example, if you get by with your cooking, that means that you're not an expert cook or anything, but you can fix something so that you don't starve to death. And then the expression rusty, what did we say rusty meant?
Need
Remember
to
from last week?
refresh. When you need to refresh your knowledge,
yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. You need to refresh to get good again. So any skill that you haven't done for a long time, you become rusty. And that means that you're out of practice. Out of practice means you need to practice more. So for example, if you stop speaking a particular language, you're going to get rusty, even in your native language. If you speak, I don't know if you've experienced this, but if you speak only English for a long time, you'll notice that you get a little rusty in the native language. And I mean, it will only take you like a day to get back into it. But has anybody ever experienced that? You notice that your native language is just a little bit not as strong?
Sometimes some of the words I can remember them in English, but I can for a while I cannot remember them in my native.
Me either, me either.
Me
Okay.
either too.
Neither, never.
I think we need a lot of practice.
Well, not with native language.
Not really.
But it's true. I'm glad to hear that, because that means that you're putting your effort into English, and don't worry, you're not going to lose your native language. But what happens is, if you are completely immersed in another language, your native language will just get a little bit rusty. Okay, just like any skill, like writing, or it could be anything. So here are a couple of examples. Yuko, could you read this first example here with pickup?
I'm trying to pick up a little Portuguese, but so far it hasn't been easy.
Okay, so pick up, that really means that you're trying to learn it sort of, sometimes we say on the street or with friends, but not study formally. And then the next sentence, could you read that please, Yukiko?
All right. My Spanish is a little rusty, but I can get by. Okay.
And notice we've got two, we've got rusty and we have get by also. Okay. So get by means that you just know enough, so maybe you're conversant. Okay. And then the next sentence, Nobu, could you read that for us, please?
Sure. I used to be pretty good at computer design, but now I'm a little rusty.
Okay, good. Okay. So, and it could be any skill. So can you guys think of an example from your experience where you picked up something, or you can get by in something, or you're rusty in something? Anybody have an example they can give for us? Like Ida is really good at the ballet dancing, the folklorico, but if I had to dance, I would be a little bit rusty.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Okay, go ahead, Abdul.
Yeah. As I said before, I'm a civil engineer, and for several years ago, I have experience with some survey instrument as called total station. Total station is an instrument that using for ground survey or topographic survey or any other kind. So for this is for several times that I didn't use the total station instrument because it's an expensive instrument and I don't have it by myself. So maybe some of my experience for using the total station have rusty.
Yeah, you would be rusty if you had to go back to it tomorrow. That's totally true with computer things. It amazes me because I used to be really good at a couple programs. I don't use them anymore. And then suddenly you're rusty.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a language. Okay, good example. Anybody else have an example for us?
I have an example.
Okay, go ahead, Monir.
My memory is a little rusty. Is it okay? My memory.
Everyone happens.
Yeah, they're very
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, my memory is
Same
too
here.
bad. Before that, yeah, my my memory is a little, not little, is a rusty. What I can say, especially on the name of the people. Yes. But I
Yeah,
no, is it okay? Or no? My memory.
well, no, we totally know what you mean.
I forgot the name of the people,
Yeah, that's I'm not
It's
sure
very
that's
different.
rusty
Yeah.
though, because rusty is more like a skill.
Oh, okay.
And so if that were a skill, remembering the names of people, like let's say you were a teacher and you used to be really good, like the first day of class, you would remember everybody's name and face.
Yes, before
And
that.
so you were using names more as a skill. And now that maybe you're not teaching anymore, you've kind of lost that skill for remembering, 30, 40 people at once. In that case, it would be rusty as far as a skill. But in general,
Okay.
the fact that, you can't remember some things is a sign of aging. Sorry, I didn't mean, I hope that's not an
Oh,
insult.
age.
I get it.
Talk about
It's
Yeah.
not a special skill, it's a general skill.
Yeah. So usually rusty is associated with a skill,
Okay.
like swimming or something. If you were a competitive swimmer and you had a lot of different strokes that you were, I don't know much about swimming, but like backstroke, breaststroke, things like that. And then you didn't do it, you didn't practice for a while, a couple years, and you came back to the pool, you'd feel a little rusty.
About the cook, what about the cook? My cook is
I think cooking is a skill, especially probably the things that you've always cooked, it's not going to show. But let's say that, some technical types of cooking, maybe you cooked in a restaurant and you were able to prepare it, fast, really quickly, very expertly. That's the part that would get rusty.
Yeah, I'm very rusty for Japanese cooking now because my husband preferred to cook in the shower in our kitchen.
Oh, envy you.
Yeah, keep that going. Just keep telling him. Keep telling him, oh, honey, you are a fantastic cook. This is delicious. You should do all the cooking. Okay. Any other examples for get by or pick up or rusty? Is there anything that you've picked up without formal learning? Did you learn anything?
I would like to pick up some of my poetry for the next, what was that? Contest.
Yeah, that's probably not pick up though.
It doesn't mean pick out.
Yeah, pick up is something that you learn. Like I would like to pick up, like for example, another language. Sometimes we don't study it formally. We don't go to school, but maybe we have a friend who speaks the language, and so you pick up some phrases.
So I want to pick up re-editing. Is okay?
Editing.
Editing?
Yeah, I want to pick up.
What is re-editing?
Editing is, again, that's a skill that okay, it's true. Here's how you would pick up editing. By maybe you have a friend who's an editor and you see, or maybe your teacher edits your work a little bit. And then you see how the teacher edits it. And so you start to pick up those skills. You start to look at your own work so that you can edit it. Like, are my verbs in the correct tenses? Is the spelling correct? Did I indent on the paragraph or whatever it is? So just by looking at somebody else's editing, you could pick up some editing techniques. That's the way that would work.
Oh, for
Pick
example,
up technique. Okay.
And getting back to the poetry example, we could do the same thing. The way writers pick up is they read other writers. And so if you studied poets that maybe you really liked, like Sylvia Plath, who's another poet, Robert Frost, I don't know, just different poets, you can see how they manipulate the language and you might pick up some techniques.
I might pick up some technique from Robert Frost selection.
Yeah, because every writer needs to read the best writers, the ones that most speak to them, and that's how they learn. They pick it up.
For example, I can say I'm trying to pick up physics, but so far,
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
yes, but so far it has not been easy.
Yeah, physics would be really hard to pick up.
Yeah.
But
Can
if
use
you
a pickup for physics because physics, chemistry is too, difficult.
it would be really hard to pick up physics on your own. But it's possible. If you watched, Neil deGrasse Tyson or some expert physics guy, if he has a podcast, and you could pick up a lot.
Yes, is it correct that sentences I say, okay, I'm trying to pick up physics?
Yeah, but it's a little funny because physics is something you really need to study and be trained. It's very difficult science. And so it's difficult to pick up. But like if you were watching your friend cook in the kitchen, you could pick that up.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Difficult.
So, but really hard things like, neuroscience or engineering, it's kind of hard to pick up those skills on your own.
It's too wider space.
Yeah, but definitely, I think you're correct, Akiko, with poetry and stuff you can pick up. Okay, any other examples anybody want to share that they can think of? Anna, Sin, An, Chang, Tanya.
I can to say that I would like to pick up learn Spanish.
Pick up some Spanish.
Yes, pick up some Spanish.
Yeah, absolutely. That works. Okay.
Can you pick up how to play an instrument?
Yeah. Yeah, if let's say you have friends, I mean, that's how all the musicians, they learn in the beginning, because they're like, a lot of them are children and maybe they have a family member, aunt, uncle, brother who's a musician. And so they pick it up naturally, almost like a language in that learning period with children. They learn how to play the guitar. So, but you have to have somebody to pick it up from. Okay. All right. Last chance to add something, and we'll move on to giving advice. Okay. All right. Let's do it. I'm gonna make this a lot bigger here so we can see. Now, a lot of these expressions you already know, but sometimes there are some that maybe you don't use. And so these are some ideas that you could add to your lexicon. So we have asking for advice. I need some advice. I've got no idea what to do. Or sometimes we have the expression, I'm at a loss to know what to do. What do you think? This expression, I'm at a loss, it just means you do not have a good answer for whatever is happening. You don't understand what's going on or why it's happening. So if your doctor says, you know, well, I looked at all the results from the tests, I'm at a loss to say what's wrong. And you're like, oh boy. Okay. Are you guys familiar with this expression, I'm at a loss?
No, it's new for me.
Yeah, it just means you have no idea. So let's say that your partner, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, is mad at you. And you say, honey, I'm at a loss. What did I do? You're going to have to tell me. It just means you have no idea. Okay. All right.
Can you say I am lost?
I'm lost.
That's different though.
Different.
Yeah, I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. Okay, but loss and lost are different.
Oh, in Spanish, you can use it in that way.
Oh.
Wow.
Mhm. Interesting.
Yeah, probably because in Spanish, I don't know. Yeah, you probably, I don't know how you would say this. You would have to translate it. I'm lost, I think. This is kind of more towards English. I don't know. Let's not get off track here, but it's good to point out. Usually there are two meanings of a word. There's the literal meaning, what it means exactly, like I am lost. I don't know where I'm going. And then there's the figurative word, which is kind of, well, what's the, like the, what does lost mean, like a metaphor? So if somebody says, I'm lost, they don't mean that they can't find where they're going. They mean that they don't have direction in their life or something like that. Okay, let's just keep going through this list. What do you think I should do?
Teacher,
Yes,
I have
go
a
ahead.
question about this. And just use I am a loss when they say I am, or we can use in another person.
No, this expression,
Like
you have to kind of keep it.
We are.
I am at a loss is a complete expression. That means I have no idea what the answer is for something.
But we can use like we are or not. For this expression.
Mostly we use it as an individual.
Oh, okay.
Can I have a quick question?
Absolutely.
Okay. For example, you taught us that how to share the screen. Okay. And I say I'm lost. I cannot understand. You know, I cannot find the way.
You could say I'm at a loss.
Oh, I am at a loss. Okay. Oh, I am at a loss. Thank you.
Okay. That's a really good
kind
point.
of confusion or some kind of maybe cannot decide it or something like that.
Right. In her example of the sharing the screen is it really points out the difference between I'm lost and I'm at a loss. So if I'm showing her the steps to share the screen and she says I'm lost, that means that she missed one step or another. Okay. And we have to start again. But if she says I'm at a loss why I can't share the screen, that means that for some reason her computer is not letting her share the screen, and we don't know why. You know, maybe it's the browser. Maybe there's some kind of glitch, or maybe her virus program's not letting her share the screen or something, but we don't have an answer for that. So so that's the difference between I'm lost and I'm at a loss.
So that could we say like, I'm at loss to see the
At a
screen.
loss. You have to say the exact thing here. If you say I'm at loss, this doesn't have any meaning for us. You have to say exactly, I am at a loss.
I am at a loss.
And that means that I don't have an answer for you. I can't figure it out. I don't know why.
I'm at a loss. Maybe sometimes happen we didn't expected that. Maybe we don't know, know the reason. It's an unexpected.
And you can't explain it. You don't have an explanation. There's no explanation. So doctors, if they don't know what the disease is, they're at a loss. Maybe it's economists, they're trying to figure out, why is inflation still going up, and they say they're at a loss. Anything that's unexplainable, we don't know why it's happening. Okay, I'm going to keep going here, although it's good to focus in on something. So these are all different things that you can try out. I'd appreciate your advice is really a nice way of asking for advice. What would you do if you were me? This is the unreal conditional. So we're using it with past, kind of a subjunctive here. And instead of was, we use were and it doesn't matter if I were you, if he were me, if she were him, it's all were in the unreal conditional. And we'll come back to this because there's a lot of grammar behind that. And then of course with advice, we always have modals, I think you should, do you think I should? It would be a good idea. Or it might be a good idea to, and then you give a solution. And, how would you react in my position? What would be the best solution? So these are things you can study and kind of work into your, like I say, when I say lexicon, it just means your own vocabulary and expressions that you use daily. And of course, we've got giving advice. Again, with the modals, you could always do this. My advice would be to, and then you say what it is. What you need to do is, and this is pretty, sometimes people don't like being given advice. So this is pretty strong, but it's good. Like if you're on a team and they're asking what to do with the computer, how to fix the problem, and you just want to tell them you're an engineer and you're very fast, you want to give them the solution as quick as possible. What you need to do is, turn off your computer and reboot, whatever it is. This is softer. One thing you could do is, and then again, have you thought about, again, that's softer, kind of giving a suggestion. It's generally a good idea. This way you're not telling somebody exactly what to do. You're just sort of kind of saying, hey, a lot of people think it's a good idea to do this. Again, here's the the unreal conditional. If I were you, I would. So it's got the were and the if clause, and then it uses would here. You could change this to, if I were you, you could. The difference between would and could is that could is a possibility and would is just saying what you would do. And this is the condition under this condition. It's unreal, it's not real, it's just giving an idea. Putting a gerund here with a phrase and say, offering that as a good solution. Would probably be better, safer, wiser to do this. I think your only option is to, that means you've explored options and you're, kind of thinking about it. And then here, the sooner you can do something is the better. And of course, here are ways to respond positively. Great idea. I think you're right. Never thought of that. Yes, that might help. I'll give it a try and see what happens. And then, of course, respond negatively. No, I don't think so. I don't think that would help. I'm not convinced of that, but I'll think about it. I don't think that's the solution, but thanks anyway. I've already tried that, but thank you for the suggestion. So a lot of good language here. You know, you're going to have to kind of read it and kind of think about it and see what you could put in. But this is a way of expanding, you know, your conversational skills. In this language is professional also, so it works in the workplace. Okay, any questions about anything while we're here?
What meaning incurring the reception? You say how you talked about incurring means I don't know.
Oh, inquiring up here.
Oh,
at the top.
inquiring. Oh, inquiring.
Yeah, have you thought about or tried? And okay, these finish the statement here. These are just sort of examples.
Mhm.
So have you thought about inquiring at the reception? Asking. Inquiring means ask.
Ask something. Okay. Inquiring. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to keep this for reference for right now for this week. I think it's very useful, but I want to move on a little bit. And so what I did is, if you are following us here in Canvas, you'll see this link. I'm going to drop this link into chat. And I'm going to see if it works here, hopefully. Ah, okay, never mind. Wrong link. This is, okay, please. This doesn't let me delete it. Oh, man. Yeah, what goes in chat stays in chat. Sorry. I'm gonna just type in here. Wrong link. Please ignore.
Is it better to open the sheet September 12th?
Ignore that, please.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, okay, what the heck happened here? All right, I got it here someplace. Here we go. I'm just gonna. Let's try this. Actually, let me take that out. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, here we go. And let me drop it into chat. Okay, so let's just take a look. Did you guys follow me to this worksheet? Do you see this on the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. So, oh my goodness, this is the wrong one too. Oh my God. I've got so many tabs open here. Okay, hang on. 913. This is the one I want. Maybe I'm a little rusty being a teacher.
Because of your vacation.
Yeah, my vacation. I went far away on my vacation, even though it was only a few miles.
You will be able to catch up easily.
I hope so. Maybe I'll pick up something from all my own mistakes today. What's going on here? Okay. Okay. That last link seems to be working. So today is 13. All right. So I've got a couple questions here. Keep in mind that we're thinking about giving advice, and the question here is, besides taking a class, what strategies do you use to learn English? We kind of want to share, because you guys are good language learners, and we want to get the idea of sharing and kind of giving advice and coming up with maybe 3 of our best ideas, and what we would say to advise someone. And then the second part is thinking about technology. What app or technology tool would you recommend to other language learners? Maybe it's an online dictionary, maybe some other kind of app like Google Translate, whatever, I want to hear your ideas, because you guys probably have some things I don't know about. But again, we want to be able to kind of give advice like in a recommendation, so we can refer back to our sheet for this. And so what I'm going to do is have you guys break up into breakout groups and work together to answer these 2 questions. So here we need like 3 really good strategies. You can brainstorm more, but pick your best 3, and then how you would advise somebody. And here, just if there's an app or technology tool that you would recommend to other language learners. It could be even like a website or something, but not so much. Here we have strategy and here we have tool. So keep those separate. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? We got 2 questions. Okay, all right. And I'm really looking forward to what your brainstorm and answers to this are, because I think it's going to help us all to share our knowledge about language learning. So let me just get into our breakout rooms here and see what we've got. Let's see here. And by the way, if you came in late, please sign in to chat if you can. This looks pretty good. Oh, 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 oh. 3 in one group. Okay, let's do that. Hopefully in your group, there will be someone who can share their screen. Please accept if you are, as soon as you receive. Hi, Nemo, are you there?
Oh yeah, teacher.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you doing? My
Okay.
computer today is current problem demic internet.
Can you join your group?
See, thank you.
Okay, Laura, are you there?
Yes, teacher, I am here.
Okay, can you join your group?
Yes.
Okay, good. You're not joined yet, Laura. Laura, can you join your group?
Yes, yes.
Please accept your group so that you get moved in.
Uh,
There should be something on the screen to click.
I didn't understand you. What is the group?
You should receive an invitation to join a group.
I cannot.
You see it now?
No.
All right, what kind of device are you on? Are you on a computer, a phone, a tablet?
It's a Samsung tablet.
Oh, you're on a tablet.
Yeah.
There's no way for me to manually put you in the breakout room. You have to select it yourself. And there should be a little pop-up screen. I'm going to ask the group, everybody, if they know. Okay, I don't know how to get you into the group unless you accept it. Laura, I'm going to put you in the waiting room and then I'm going to bring you back into the classroom and then we'll try again, okay?
I think.
Okay, so just hang on. I'll put you in breakout room, or I'll put you in the waiting room and then I'll bring you back into the main room. Okay, welcome back. Okay, do you see a message for the breakout room, Laura?
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, good. Hi, guys. So we got Anna in here, or excuse me, Laura in here. We were having difficulty, so she joined you late. All right, that's good.
Yes, we are now working on the question 1 and just listing our ideas for these questions.
Okay, good.
So we have 5, no, 1, 2, 3, 4 answers. And if we have more or something, we are in the list. And but anyway, we will select the best 3 after.
Okay, all right. And what do you mean by young English?
Well, that's
young people.
Young people speaking English, not some classical English, but something the latest.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
How do you say in the right term? Something like the up to date or something.
Adolescents or just young people, I think. Youth.
Youth English.
No. Okay. Yeah, you're looking for adjective. I'm at a loss here. I'm just thinking young people's English. And so put apostrophe S to make that, yeah. And then change youth to young.
All right. Oh, there's suggestions here.
Yeah, that's so that includes all the idioms and slang that young people use. You know, for example, when my generation, when we had slang, like if you had an idea, hey, let's go to the beach, we would say, I'm up for that.
Up for that.
But the young people, like my son's age, well, he's not so young anymore, but they would say, I'm down with that. So even just one generation, it changes from up to down.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's hard to keep up with, huh?
It is.
Yeah, but we still say keep up with. We don't say keep down with. All right, so it doesn't work and everything. All right, good. I'm glad Laura made it here. And I'm going to go back and check on Nemo. She's in the main session. I'll come back to you guys. Okay, where's Nemo?
pronunciation, and that is basically that is for pronunciation, but we can learn the meaning.
Okay.
Meaning.
Okay. See, we have a question.
Yes.
You say finding a job to learn English or finding a job to work out can be used to say work out or
Not really.
I thought to pick up because work
Pick
out
up
for
English.
exercise, yeah.
Pick up. Okay.
Pick up would be
Pick up,
better.
yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's a good sample. So to pick up.
Yeah.
Pick
Finding
up.
job, yeah.
Pick up.
Yeah.
Pick up. English.
Yeah.
Pick up. Pick up.
More, put more English.
More English.
Yeah, because they don't teach you English in the job place usually, but you pick it up, you know, everything that they say. Okay, that's a good example.
And we can pick up the English with native people. Is it
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
Instead of the first sentences, we can say we can pick up and get by-in. You know, we can pick up with.
Well, I like the answer you have for number one.
Okay.
The difference between pick up and work out.
Mhm.
Work out is more like to find a solution to a problem.
Mhm.
So when you work something out, you're finding a solution.
Find solution.
Yeah, and sometimes that's a kind of a relationship type problem. You know, let's work it out. And that means you're going to fix the problem between you and another person.
Okay.
Fix.
Okay, I'm going to check on another group.
Okay.
Language and then put it into the translator or something, and this is how they get text in English. Or if they need to say something, they just write in their own language and then put it to the translator. But I would not recommend doing this. I would recommend like trying to remember, I mean, trying to do the best in English right away, whatever they can, not to use translator. And then maybe some words, if you really don't know them, so then use. What do you think?
I think it's good idea.
Can we list it as a strategy?
Yeah, it can be a strategy.
Yeah, I just type not to use dictionary to write.
Not to use translator, because I think there is different. You need to look at the dictionary to see how a word, how to write a word or spell a word. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
The one problem has always been that it means you're still translating in your head. So that means you're thinking in Russian first, and then, or whatever your native language is, first, and then you're translating it. But when, like Tanya, when you said write directly into English, then you're not translating in your head, you're writing it directly in English. Does that make sense?
Oh,
so you're not using a dictionary, because if you use a dictionary, that means that you're first thinking of it in the native language. And then you're going to English. But if you try and write or say in English first, that means you're thinking in English.
I know, maybe we should specify, try not to use translator to translate the whole sentence. Maybe just look for separate words and then make a sentence on your own or something.
I actually like the translators, because say you're writing and you're not sure about your sentence. I mean, first you try and write it in the target language. And then, but you're not sure if it's correct or not. Then you can go back to the translator and see what the translator comes up with, and you can agree or disagree with it. And then there are some tools. They don't have them for all the language, but they have them for European languages. I know Ines knows this one. It's called Lingue. But basically what it is it's I forget what they call this type of tool, but let's say you're looking for a way to use a word like pick up a language. You want to find that in context. And so you put it into the tool and it goes out on the internet and it finds as many examples as it can so that you can see whether or not how it's used in sentences in different contexts. And then you can see whether or not it's the way that you would use it.
You remind me of something. Yeah, I've used.
Yeah, it's
I think they have this word in sentence.com for English. You just type their word and they will give you like 20 examples.
Yeah.
This is a great tool.
Yeah, it's very helpful, especially with writing, because then you see some different ways it's used and you can get a pretty good indication of how it's used correctly. And then you can go back to what the translator says and then look what you wrote and kind of compare all those three things and come up with your best guess.
I can also recommend not the translator. The thing I use is Grammarly. Have you heard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's nice. You can you start writing in English, but it gives you suggestions on how to improve your text. I think it's really useful. But it's not a translation tool, you know. But it still gives you some.
Yeah, and it's made for native speakers actually.
Oh.
It's not, I don't think it's made for language learners, but language learners use it. Like at the advanced level, I don't think it would work for a beginning level student, but at the advanced level, I've never used it because, well, I'm an English teacher.
Right.
If I don't know the grammar by now, like, forget it. Although sometimes Word is always telling me to shorten my sentence and make it more concise, take that out, but I don't listen to it. But yeah, I should check it out just to see whether or not I would recommend it to students. Okay, I'm gonna check on another group. Any other questions? You guys are good?
I think yes.
Okay.
What about?
Well,
are you guys doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
We
good.
are typing something at this form.
Okay, great.
Embarrassed. Yeah.
Are you guys doing all right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, it took me a long time to get here. We were fixing some problems in other places. Okay, so where are we here? You guys are group 5?
Group 4. We
Oh,
are group
4.
4. Yeah.
And are these your answers here in row 5?
Sorry. Sorry, are you asking us something?
I'm looking at your answers right here, right?
Oh, no, we're in group 4.
Oh, can you scroll to your answers?
Oh, wait, hold on. I can't move Zoom's window.
Who's sharing the screen?
Oh, I don't know how to share the screen. Sorry, it's very primary thing.
Oh, but somebody's sharing here.
I share it.
Oh, thank
okay.
you.
Can you scroll to group 4?
Oh, get up.
Other direction, yeah. Whoa, yeah, right there. Is this you guys right here, Yukiko?
Oh, yes. What's going on now?
Okay, are people adding the ideas on the worksheet?
Yes, because we're in group 4, so we're adding our ideas on fourth row. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So this is you. Watch TV or movies,
Yes.
make friends. Okay, good. All right. Okay, all right. Let me check another group.
Now we are every English materials for learning is free, totally free. YouTube, blogs, and softwares. That's amazing.
Yeah, actually, there are a lot of Chinese apps, but maybe it's not available for you.
Yeah. I understand that you can't access the Google Play or the Apple Store from the China, right? Inside the China, yeah.
There are news of 2 languages, Chinese and English. Sometimes I read the news on that app. Because firstly, I read the Chinese and then I read the English. It will be easier for me to understand the content.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea, Cheng. Because when you read it first in your native language, you sort of get the idea, the context, and then you read it in English and it helps you guess what the words mean. You don't have to look them up and you kind of have the meaning. I highly recommend that. And it keeps you really current with what's people are talking about nowadays and everything. That's a great thing. But you have to just get like a little bit. Like too much is way too much. So you find an interesting story, and I think that's a good technique.
Yeah.
Anna, what are your thoughts about all this?
I use Zoom, a very good application, and
I'm not
I
familiar
really like
with that. What is it?
It's application for Android or sometimes I use it from my laptop. There is lessons, grammar, and from a letter A1 to C1.
Okay, good. Is it free?
And some part of free, but some is for pay.
Okay.
But it's cost not so much, and it's very good. The best application what I tried.
Oh.
They have beautiful pictures, dialogues, lexica, many words, and so such words so people can to use it in real life, in real situation, for example, at work and etc.
Oh, excellent. Okay. I'm gonna check that out. All right. I'll be back. Okay, welcome back, guys. Okay, everybody's coming back on board. Wow, we've got some great ideas and some new apps, some that I'm not familiar with. I think what I'd like to do is spend some time tomorrow kind of going over what we produced today, because we've only got a few minutes, but we got a lot of production. And let me just share my screen and get to the okay. Oh, my goodness. All right. Okay. Just making sure I'm going to the right screen here. Okay, so we produced a lot. I'm going to go over this a little bit, and a lot of new Blue Canoe I haven't heard. Grammarly I know about, and we also had Duolingo. Abdul,
Yeah,
what is the DictBox application?
it's a smartphone application for the dictionary, and also its ability is that when you search some words that are new for you, it saves that and memorize you for some time. For example, you can
create a list.
Yeah, you make a schedule to memorize you, for example, 20 words per day. So it's divided the day, and every, for example, half an hour or 20 minutes, memorize you one new words that you're searching before.
Okay, and is this an abbreviation for dictionary?
Yeah.
But it's called Dictionary Box.
Yeah, it's the name of application is DictBox.
Oh, okay. That sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's very useful.
Okay. Hello. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. And we got Google Translate, and then Deep L. Who suggested that?
I am.
And what is Deep L?
Deep L is the more, it's kind of Google Translate, so it's a similar software, but it's more like a native like the translation tool. So if I see there's some same sentence with a Google Translate and Deep L, the Deep L is more like a better English, I think.
Is it an app? Or
They
is it
have,
on the, if I put it in Google, will it come up?
yes, it is, but we can use it in the browser, in the application, which is downloaded to your laptop, and input some words and translate it into the software. So yes.
Okay, so you think it has a better translator than Google?
I think so.
Wow. Okay, we'll test that. I think it'd be a good idea for us to maybe test it and maybe present some of these so that we can have some better tools to use along with the class. See, I knew you guys are experts. I got to rely on you because I'm not really looking for English, but
Nobu, if we pay for that application, it would be more practical.
Which one?
What was that? Deeper.
Oh, DeepL, it's free, right?
Yeah,
Free.
it's free.
Oh,
It's free.
Yeah.
But if you pay for the DeepL, you could translate some PDF files or some PowerPoint that
Okay.
could be editable versions. So yeah.
I didn't know that.
All right. Well, got a lot of good stuff here to think about. So we'll go over this again tomorrow, and I'm also going to kind of get into just a little bit of grammar and collocations, things that always trip up students. Anything else? Any last things anybody has to comment? Kian, what do you think?
I think it's good. I can suggest another one. It's like this. It's an English website, and you can select it, and it can pronounce it.
Oh yeah, what's the name of it again?
I can check it maybe.
Do we have it in the list?
Yeah, I have. I know the name is. I can remember it.
What you can do is, if you think of it later on, put it in a list and maybe highlight it or something, so it, I know it's added on.
Yeah. Its name is Speak It. It's a Google extensions.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? The name?
Yeah, the name is Speak It.
Pick it, like P-I-C-K?
Yeah, Speak It.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's an extension of Google.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to check these out, and then we'll talk about some tomorrow, and we'll have a little bit of grammar and more conversation. Good work, everybody. It's fantastic. We need another 2 hours to go over all this. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day, everyone.
You too.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye. Good to meet you.